Yo, what's going on, guys? Egal Talks Football. I'm back again with another video. And before we get any further, just let me know which side of the coin you stand on. Was this an utter embarrassment and you're upset at the team's performance? Or do you just think the season's already over, Man City were already destined to win, and they were just on the beach? Let me know where you lie. And also, what did you think about Mikel Arteta's experiment with the lineup, not starting Kieran Tierney, playing Thomas Partey right back, playing Cavior left back? The team kind of looked different today, and I didn't really like it. And just let me know what you thought about the performance overall. Personally, for me, the season, let me know what you thought about the season also. Would you classify it as failure, or what would you classify it as? But yeah, explosive interview earlier today on the Football Terrace, and I'm live now here. Do me a favor, guys. Only like 5 or 10% of you guys who actually watch the video hit that like button. So do hit that like button if you've gotten this far in the video. Let's try to get past 300 likes on this video. And yeah, man, we got a lot to talk about, but I got my guy Gunnar Souls on the channel today. And usually me and Gunnar Souls are on the same page on things, but today is very different, very much an animated, explosive video. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. But yeah, Arsenal's performance today was not enjoyable at all. It was tough to watch. It was a difficult game to watch. And let me just break down what I seen, because is there even much to break down? Like, bro, it was just difficult to even like fathom what was going on in certain points in the game. Like, we just got to say congratulations to Manchester City. That's the first thing. We limped over the line. We didn't even limp. Could you even consider that a limp? What was that? That was like we hobbled, or like a dead carcass just trying to claw its way past the finish line. That's what we're trying to do to the end of the season. Nottingham Forest officially secures safety also. So we've changed two people's destinies this tonight. Not only did Man City win the league, but they were going to win the league regardless if they won tomorrow. But now they can fully be on the beach against Chelsea. Arteta's tactics today. What on earth was he doing with his tactics? We're going to have to get into that. There's nothing else really on that end. But let's if I was to look at the actual performance, like, was there even a moment where you could say we were threatening, or that we were even looking like we were going to go on to push on? Like, there was a moment at the beginning of the second half where it looked like we were about to score, but we couldn't really do nothing. In the first 6 minutes, we looked threatening, but then it was all Nottingham Forest for the rest of the half. Really and truly, Nottingham Forest dominated this game, and we looked like the much inferior team. Even though we had a lot of shots, the XG was low. The goal itself in the 19th minute was a poor goal. Ramsdale, you can question Ramsdale on that. And yeah, man, it was just we can't say men against boys. This time, all you have to say is the guys their heads were in Cancun. They were on vacation. They were on the beach. It was not a professional performance at all. And these guys are going fishing for the rest of the season. Like, Martin Odegaard mistake leading to the goal. Ramsdale could have done better on the goal also. And yeah, we let Gibbs White and the Shark do what they got to do, man. It's fucked. Go ahead.
You know what? I'm not going to lie, man. I'm actually embarrassed at the way we've ended everything, because I'm very disappointed, because like I expected to see something. We spoke about it last week. What did I tell you last week? They're going to come out and apologize, and nothing will change. And that's what we're seeing. That's why I say I don't care about these apologies. I want you to perform on the pitch, and you don't have any right to have your heads in the beach, heads in the clouds, all of this sort of stuff. If that's what you're doing, then you've got to be sold. That's not acceptable at this football club. I don't care who you are. You can be Bukayo Saka. If that's your mentality, get out. It's plain and simple as that now. Because we're in a position where you know what it is, right? And I'm not Arteta out before people ask, but I am at a position where, what are they doing to jeopardize this man's career? Because none of those players look like they wanted to play today. None of those players look like they could be bothered. It was like a chore to them. Is that what we are to you? Like, you've gone and bottled one of the biggest league titles. You know who's going to get the brunt of it? Is us fans. We're the ones who have to go out and defend this, or try and defend it. I'm not defending it, because they didn't defend my owner. I ain't defending theirs. You have a free reign to say as you please, because no one can sit here and tell me, or the likes of you, Egal, or anyone, that we did not back this team. We backed them to the very end. Even when they bottled against Liverpool, we still had their backs and said, you know what? We'd go again. And then they bottled it to West Ham. And then they had a disgraceful performance against Southampton. And then you go to Manchester City and you do that. Then you go, okay, done. Then you go beat Newcastle, which is like a whatever. Okay, cool, you've done that. Then you get absolutely humiliated by Brighton, and then you lose again. And it's like, is that what the fans truly deserve? Is half-arsed players coming out on the pitch? Is that what we do? Because the thing is, the Wolves game now, I couldn't give a crap about it. I have no feelings going into that game. And it was the same as last. I didn't even watch Arsenal's last game last season. When we beat, I can't even remember who we played. I think it was Norwich or something. And I couldn't give a toss. Like, I had no emotional investment in that game. And it's the same again because there's nothing we can do. We can't change our season. We can't. The season's now officially done. Like, mathematically, emotionally, it's all done. And that's how I'm currently feeling because we had such a brilliant season. To let us down the way they have is why I'm angry at them, is why I'm disappointed. It's because, look, at the end of the day, my feelings come from a place that I fucking love this club. And the emotions they've given this season, the players, the attachment, the closeness that we feel, the togetherness that we feel, for them to go and F it up in the final few games isn't acceptable in my opinion. It's not, I've always said it, it's not about winning the league, it's how you then capitulate it or how you lose the league. And the way we did it isn't on.
Bro, we are one of two things. Either we have taken our foot off the gas and it's okay because we'll be back again next season, or we have to ask serious questions about why and how we've taken our foot off the gas. What do you think?
The thing is, like, my only issue is
we deserve to get relegated. Come on.
Okay, that's a bit extreme, but
congratulations to Man City. You know what? Everyone, first of all, everyone in the chat, just say congratulations to Man City fans. Respect to them. They've done what they've done. Champions.
That for me is treble done.
Treble's done. It's happening. Bro, it's happening. Big up my guy Ozan Kabak with the super chat. Love for the respect and the super chat, bro. I appreciate my guy always, and everyone who super chats to the channel. You guys make the channel go by every single day. But yeah, man says chin up Egal. We here to live with the Slippy G. we have to live with Slippy G. Yeah, man, that's crazy. And you know what? Liverpool, you guys set a standard that we couldn't keep up with. I have to respect Liverpool. My respect for Liverpool has gone more because Liverpool's ability to go into the final game of the season has been somewhat disrespected. It's now become the norm. What they've done over the last couple of seasons, I've earned more respect for it this season than ever before. And maybe people are saying that's deflecting, this is that. No. And maybe we couldn't get our thoughts across earlier, but I wasn't disagreeing with 90% of the stuff that Brendan was saying or you were saying. I just found it that the harsh spin to the end of the season is because of Liverpool and their ability to go into the final day of the season.
No, you know what it is, though, Egal? My point isn't even compete to the final game. My point is how you capitulate. That was my key. Because you know what it is? If we
got Chelsea. You see, some people agree with me.
I'm not. Look, I didn't necessarily disagree. I get where you're coming from. I get it. But to me, I do feel ashamed. And I'll tell you, and I'll explain kind of why I said it's an embarrassment. Like, what could have been a brilliant season that turned to an embarrassing moment. And the reason why I say it is because, if, let's say, we went to Liverpool and we just competed and we just lost that game, let's say, or we drew that game because we were completely outclassed, or we kept in it, I accept that. If we go to West Ham and they just, because they don't want to get relegated, and we competed with them, and we didn't show the arrogance and the cockiness that we did, I accept it. And then you go into the thing is, for me, I just don't like the way we capitulated. It doesn't bode well because how you end the season can have a massive effect on how you start next season. A lot of that morale can go over. I'm not saying these guys are going to be affected by it, by the way, but I do believe that there's an element of that we need to look at and go, do you know what? Why do we keep capitulating at the similar points of every season? Because whether it's Arteta, whether it's, Unai Emery, whether it was Wenger, we have been capitulating in the similar months. And that question needs to be addressed. But my problem was when you're 2-0 up in one game, you go into the second game, you're 2-0 up and you draw both those games, that's not on. Then you go to the Southampton game and you basically give yourself no chance of winning that game by getting absolutely bullied. That's the issues I have. I'm not sitting here and saying that, you've got to compete, but just don't get embarrassed. And the way we lost the league was embarrassing in my eyes.
Okay. Now, sitting here today, the 20th of May at 9 p.m., after the game has just ended against Nottingham Forest, where we've lost 1-0, is there much to actually take away from this game to say there's a positive? Because I don't think there's many positives you can take away from this game, bar the fact that the season's almost over.
I mean, not really. I mean, they didn't do anything. I don't even think we looked remote. Not even like, oh, you know what? Yeah, not a single player was redeeming. Not a single player was on it. And look, you could be exactly right that they in there. But my problem is, why in their heads are they saying the season's over? It doesn't matter what we think. It doesn't matter whether we write off the season. We're fans. It should not matter. I do get it. We put in the whatever we put into the air, that can happen. If we believe more, maybe they go and push on. But the reality is, these players should be at that level mentally to not drop off points against Nottingham Forest and relegated teams, basically. That's all I have. Now, the thing, I don't know there isn't anything redeeming about the past 3-4 weeks, whatever it is, since Liverpool. There isn't really anything that I can take away and go, yeah, guys, at least you did this.
Yeah. And you know what? Arteta's tactics did not work.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't actually disagree when I seen the lineup. I said it was quite interesting what he was doing, but I didn't really see it being played the way he did. I thought what he was gonna do was keep the three back like he does normally with Jakub Kiwior, Gabriel White maybe just staying back. And then what he's done, instead of having like a left back, he's just made Partey the midfielder, if that makes sense, because Zinni comes into midfield anyway. So I thought maybe he's going three back and then just putting that extra man in midfield because he wants Zinchenko type someone. But what he did was put him right back, and I was like, this doesn't make any sense. This doesn't work. Well, the issue is, change it earlier. When you see that it's not working, make a halftime change. Do something earlier so that can affect. Because when Tierney came on, I'll be honest with you, the game did slightly turn into our favour because he did put in some crosses where I was like, you know what? Enough of them, and eventually they go in. Because we did, and even right at the end, when I think Tierney crossed it and I think Saka put it back in, and Keylor Navas made that save where Jesus was right on him. And then I think he got slightly injured in that one as well. They're the kind of moments that we needed more of. Jakub Kiwior wasn't doing anything from left back. And I don't blame him. He's not a left back. He's not someone who's going to bomb forward. He's a defender. He is the epitome of a defender. It's like asking Gabriel to go up top. Now, if you ask Saliba to do that, that could work because Saliba has pushed up. Ben White does push up. They're drivers. They take the ball and move forward. Whereas with Magalhaes and Kiwior haven't really shown that. So, I don't know. I mean, the tactics are weird, but again, I wanted him to experiment, so I'm not going to get onto him for doing it. The only thing I'll say is in-game management was off.
In-game management was 100% off. Everyone in the chat, submit your questions. Let me know what you thought about the game. I'm just going to say my thing was the lineup didn't benefit us. The lineup actually caused more confusion and not being able to understand the tactics. I really do believe they did not work on it enough. It wasn't that Partey doing right back. That wasn't the issue. The issue was it was just disjointed. The fact that the left side was so dependent on Martinelli and Kieran Tierney's work, that left side of the pitch was useless. Xhaka was not playing well. Trossard was not playing well. And Kiwior, what was he really contributing in the game? All the ball progression was happening from the right flank. And it makes sense when you have somebody who's cutting inside to fill in when you have Martinelli who's clinical. But Trossard, what was he doing? Like, I'm not scapegoating anybody, but that left side was dead. The tactics were off, bro.
But you know what it is, though? This is why, like, the Tierney exclusion kind of baffled me. Because if Zinchenko is available, cool, you play Zinchenko, that's your starting left back. But you've now obviously got Martinelli who's injured. The main attribute that he brings in is unpredictability, but his explosiveness as well. Like, he's got pace to go in behind, which, okay, you can talk about whether Tierney's quick or not, but he is explosive. So do that. Like you're putting a like-for-like trait into that left-hand side. The thing is, even Arteta seemed like he knew this left-hand side is dead because nothing was done through that for the first 45 minutes. The first half, I think the touch map actually showed nothing happened on the left-hand side. It was all right-hand dependent, which goes to show, like, if this is how much lack of faith you have in this system, why did you play it? Or because is that arrogance? Because like I've got a genuine question: is that arrogance because you think it's Nottingham Forest and we should just wipe them regardless of tactics?
I feel like some of these questions, Gunners 9, respectfully, what did Arteta do to deserve the job? I felt like he was at the time when he got the job, people honestly asked that question. But now that he has the job, I feel like he's earned our respect. I don't know about you.
I mean, I do get what you're saying. Like before he came in, there's nothing on his CV to suggest why he should get the job. I get that, but I think since he's come in, I'm not gonna lie, like he's done more than I'd expect for a new manager. He did win the FA Cup, which kind of earned a lot of people's trust and respect. Then obviously he's gone on to have mixed seasons, and this is the thing though, like how ruthless he was with contract extermination is what I need to see now. Like I need him to do it in his in-game and his starting lineup. If players aren't performing, be ruthless. And I do think there was an element of he's Pep's assistant hype as well. But like I said, I've always maintained one more season and he has to prove he can win. Now it's about delivering silverware. That's my expectation from him now.
Okay. Everyone in the chat, let me know what you guys are saying. Let's start with, we got predictions in the building. Big up predictions becoming a member to the channel. I really do appreciate predictions becoming a member. People saying, I mean Partey, LOL. What happened? Awar Partey caused many issues. Xhaka plus.
Oh, she meant Partey and Ben White.
Partey and Ben White. Okay. What's the difference between Ole and Arteta apart from the FA Cup? Are we really doing this? Are we really doing this?
You know this is gonna happen. No, but you know this is gonna happen, no, isn't it?
Okay, the difference between Ole and Arteta, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't really have clear instructions for the players. You could see that he was just sending them out there to play counter-attacking football, where we have dominated the league. We have absolutely gone and dominated this league for a majority of the season. We just had a bad end to the season. Let's not act like the way we were playing is sustainable. The way Manchester United were playing was not sustainable. Why are we even having this conversation? Souls, why do you think ESR is not getting minutes?
Okay, I have two things to say on that. I think there's one theory which you can do, which is what happened with Martinelli when he got injured, which was they took him away from the team, did individual training to reposition his style. They worked on his end product, they worked on his finishing, they worked on his in a way his IQ, and also how to use his unpredictability. Because when Martinelli came back from his injury, he became a better player. And you could see the kind of work that was going in. And he did miss a whole season, by the way, because people were questioning whether Arteta liked the player or not. And my theory is he's doing that with ESR. My only kind of reservation with that is, why isn't ESR getting any minutes? Which is where I'm a bit like, what's happened here? Because he could have come on today. He could have. I know he came on against Brighton. But again, it's like you've got, like, now that the season's over, I do expect him to feature against Wolves, because otherwise I do think the players who don't are probably going to be on the chopping block. But with ESR, I'm hoping he gets a chance to prove himself next season, because there is, I don't care how many people want to say it, there's definitely a top player there. He's got the ability to finish. He's got the passing ability. He's got the ability to drive forward. And that's sometimes what we miss. Granit Xhaka is brilliant, but sometimes you need that difference. And what we think Vieira is what ESR actually is right now. And that's kind of where my kind of confliction with why Vieira is getting more of a chance than the guy who can actually deliver. And again, we don't know because we're not the managers. So that's my theory.
Okay. I don't feel like individual players is the right thing to do to judge individual players right now, but let's judge the whole team defensively. Our defensive drop-off since Saliba's gotten injured, everybody can see it. It's visible for everyone to see. But yeah, and it's live. Yeah, it is live, people. This is definitely not pre-recorded, my guy. He always does this, man. I'm mute this guy for a second. Egal, I'm intrigued to see your answer to my question. What was his question?
Oh, he had a big one up top.
Do you think the players look at the? Do you think the players will look at the difference between the way our season ended and maybe decide to pull off
Well, no,
players?
he's asking the way that the season ended. Will players look at Arsenal differently? Maybe decrease the pull of players, and can we salvage for the team?
When I think about the players looking at our season, they're gonna say to them, our season ended badly, but if you were in our team, we could have maybe got over the line. That's the way I would look at it, not the other way around. I'm not going to look at it as players are going to look at that and be like, oh, that might happen when I'm there. No, a player's going to back themselves. Say, for example, Declan Rice looks at this Arsenal team. He's like, bro, if I was in that Arsenal team, we would have won the league. That's why if I come to Arsenal, we're winning the league. That's what I want. I'm not saying Declan Rice is going to be the be on end all answer. We need multiple players to come into this team. But if we do, oh, by the way, I'm live on my YouTube channel, Egal Talks Football. I'm on TikTok also. And also I'm on Apple, Spotify, and Amazon and everything else. So make sure you do check out the audio on this also. But yeah, there's just so much things. I do believe a lot of people are going to look at that. But yeah, let's just go to this quickly. This is what I was talking about with Saliba. Bro, this is annoying. Seeing these figures. It's frustrating. What do you have to say when you see this? Is it an excuse? Some people say it's an excuse, you know.
Do you know what? This is going to work against us because Saliba's under contract negotiations right now, and what he is seeing is he's become the most important thing to Arsenal, and that's going to just make this negotiations a lot more difficult than it probably already is. Because if we're giving the likes of Bukayo Saka, for example, a 200, 300, whatever the case may be, Saliba's going to be wanting just as much. So, for me, pay him what he wants. He's one player that I've seen come out of the team. He's not the. By the way, his exclusion isn't why we've gone on to losing the league, but he is a massive, massive, massive factor on how we progress the ball and control games. His recovery, his physicality, he is the complete centre back in the modern game. He is Van Dijk pre the ACL. He is that kind of player, the monster in the duels, and we kind of need him back, or we need a player like him. But the problem is, we can't let him go, because to replace a player of his quality in this team is probably going to cost us 60, 70 million. You may as well pay him the contract of 200,000-300,000, which is going to equate to the amount we're going to pay to buy a centre back of his caliber. But that centre back could be older. So, yeah, I mean, it's not an excuse, but that drop off is.
It kind of is an excuse.
Yeah, to a degree, yeah.
It kind of is an excuse. Now, let's just go to the lineup quickly, because I feel like we didn't actually show what the lineup looked like. Just to show you guys the lineup, we went with, maybe we understand why Trossard wasn't playing now. Martinez is just surely just better than him. Like, simply just better than him. Because Martinelli's defensive work rate was also on display numerous times. I felt like this side of the pitch was where they were going down, and the goal happened because of Martin Odegaard's mistake. I don't know how Martin Odegaard got a 7.2 on this, but yeah, this lineup right here, I really don't have an issue with Ben White and Gabriel playing, because they played like that last year. Partey right back, didn't have an issue with it. The thing I had an issue with, this whole side here. Do you see the ratings?
You know what the problem is? It's too slow. There's no, like, I know he's got good recovery pace, but for a centre back, when you come against wingers, they're a lot quicker and a lot more trickier. So something had to change. I mean, like I said, Trossard is brilliant, but he's an interior player. You had to bring, like I said, Tierney made more sense in this game, but yeah, we made the mistake. I guess we can learn from it. It's not. I don't think it's Trossard's better or Martinelli's better. I think they've got their attributes and they suit certain games. And a game like this, it needed someone with pace on either flanks, and that's what we were missing today.
Okay. Everyone's talking about Jesus. We need a better striker. Was today's game the game where we needed more striker help? Because I don't think it was the strikers that were the problem.
I'm not going to say he's a problem, but he is an area we need to address.
I don't think Jesus was the problem.
Maybe not today, but overall, we do need to look at that area. That's how I see it.
What's the issue with Jesus?
Not
Everyone in
enough
the chat, is Gabriel Jesus becoming an issue? Because we signed him from Man City. He was a breath of fresh air this season. Absolutely loved him. Question to both of you. It may change depending on available, but what are the three most important positions to reinforce? Mine are box-to-box DM, CDM, and striker. Bro, for me, we need a backup center back of the same level of quality, or no. You know what? Two midfielders is the most important. I agree there with CDM and box to box. So an 8 and a 6. So like, and then the third changes every day. One day it's get a proper right back. Next day it's get a right winger, like Chelsea's saying. The other there's other times where people are saying it's buy a left back. I think we need 5 players. We need a center back, we need a right back or a left back, someone who can play both center back or right back, whatever. We need 2 defenders that can cover 3 defensive positions, basically. 2 midfielders, right? So that's 4 players. And the 5th player, a forward. It can be either a striker or it could be a winger. But I need a forward. And personally, for me, keep Reece Nelson and get a striker. That's what I say. What are you saying?
I mean, if he's going off the question of what's your top 3, for me, I'd get a right back and 2 midfielders. But like you said, I do think we need at least another 1 or 2 signings. You can go and get another. I don't think centre back for me is the key, because you've got Tomiyasu and Ben White who can play centre backs. Go get me a right back who can actually operate as a right back, like an Ivan Fresneda. Go get João Cancelo if that's the guy you want to go get. Get someone of that ilk, and then you can put Ben White, Tomiyasu, Saliba, and Gabriel Magalhaes as your 4 centre backs, which is more than plenty. And then you've got Kibio as somewhat of a cover as well. And then we need to get that sort of Declan Rice, that Caicedo mold of midfielder. And then for me, I want a striker more than anything. And the reason why is when you look at a game like this as an example, if we had someone that's a target man, it may have changed the course of this game, especially with Tierney coming on. Let's say we put Tierney on and that target man, someone's whipping balls in, and it's going to help, because the issue was we lacked physicality. We didn't have a bully. And if we did that, again, it's hindsight, could be a wonderful thing, and I could be completely wrong. But I do think we lack physicality sometimes. And when we go into the Champions League, as well as other competition, there are going to be some very physical centre-backs, which we're going to need that type of mould of player, whether it's Vlahovic, whether it's Erasmus Holgen, whether it's, well, Ivan Toney can't come anymore, but if it's even an Ivan Toney type, that's what I want. They're the 5 or the 3 top 3, and then the 5 that I want.
This should be motivation for us for next season. This has to be motivation for us for next season. Seeing Manchester City win the Premier League, have you seen the images? Good luck next season. Big up to the Man City fans. Congratulations to the Man City fans. But this has to be motivation for us next season. We have to take this and look at it and say to ourselves, this has to be us next season. You look at Manchester City's account, they already have 3 champions in a row. They already had all their graphics, everything ready. You don't think Arsenal had their graphics ready for us to win the league? They definitely did.
They probably had that a few weeks ago.
Bro, I'm telling you, this right here has to be motivation for next season. This has to be what we strive to get. This has to be what we're going to go look for. These guys potentially are going to go win the Champions League and the league. Now, everyone who's talking about City being everyone's saying City cheated. Forget about all that. What they've been able to do is they've been able to build a squad with less money spent than Manchester United, than Chelsea. They've made good signings. We have to give them credit. Say congratulations to them. Keep it moving. Don't be sore losers. But we also got to look at ourselves. Now, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of hope. Maybe people say this is copium. Maybe people say, what are you talking about? But they've played 4 seasons in a row. What's the chance of them doing it again? Very low. I think Manchester United winning. Everyone's telling me who had a better season, Manchester United or Arsenal. Who had a better season for you?
Technically, Man United.
This is Man United with the big carrot leaf. This is Man United season.
It's slightly cut off. Oh,
This,
bigger leaf. All right.
this is Man United season. This is our season. But this is our futures. Do you get it?
No, I hear your point, but when you're talking about the context of the question,
They might have the bigger leaf this season.
yeah.
Well, who's got the bigger carrot? You look
At the
under
moment,
the
it looks
surface.
like us. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it all depends on what we do this summer because we could completely blow any hopes if we don't act proper.
I think the potential future for this team is massive, and a big reason why it is, I personally I've bought into the Cronkies. I believe in them now because I've seen what they do in the other leagues. The fact that they go and win the Stanley Cup, the fact that they've gone and won the Super Bowl, the fact that they're in the NBA, potentially 2 games away from going to the NBA Finals versus the Lakers, the fact that they've improved this Arsenal team that much. I might be crazy. A lot of people won't agree with me. I'm not saying I'm Cronky in, but I believe that they can win us a league. I believe that they're not going to be the thing that stops us from winning.
Oh no, they're not though. They've proven it already. They're not the reason. I mean,
I know, but a lot of people still believe the Cronkies are the reason why we didn't invest more in January.
I do. Well, yeah, that's complete. That's been completely debunked anyway. But
a lot of people still believe that this man and Josh are the reason why we're not going to win. And I want to put people in their heads that what they've been able to do, they've been producing winners, and we are going to win next.
But you know why they say it though is they do have the control of who's in charge of their project or who's in charge of taking Arsenal forward. If, as an example, Edu and Richard Garlick don't deliver in this window, do you not want to see them at least being sacked or questioned by the Cronkies? Because I do. I personally want to see why are they getting another chance if they bottled this window. Because this window, they've got zero excuses to go back on. They've got Champions League football. We've competed with the second best team on league position. So what's the excuse to not bring those top players in?
I need to hold my emotions back and look at the whole picture. We improved last season. We will improve again. I fully agree. And that's where, when we were having the argument earlier, I wasn't really putting it on you. I was more putting it on Brendan because I know in your heart of hearts, we've improved. Hence why you're so upset, because you actually believed where he didn't believe.
I don't hear that. I mean, look, I've said it. Look, I do think we're going to do something next season. I've maintained that.
Yeah. But we view things differently.
I'll be honest with you. My emotions right now are just like, I'm a bit embarrassed because you know what it is? When you believe this much in a team, you just expect them, okay, you know what? We're not winning the league, but you know what? Here you go, fans. Let's just at least end on a high. And we're looking like we're ending on a very low. And that's what hurts me because I expect us to beat Forest. I expect us to go next week and beat Wolves. If they lose to Wolves, I'm going to lose my head. I'm going to be honest with you because I'm like, what the hell?
No, they're not going to lose to Wolves. That can't happen.
Oh, I really fucking hope not, yeah.
Listen, I'm not going no more match reactions for the rest of the season. The last game, forget it. There's no point. What's the point of going to match reaction in the last game of the season? On thing, I might do it here, but even then, it's on a Saturday 3 p.m. kickoff. Nah, it's fine.
Oh yeah, because all the games are at the same time, aren't they?
Yeah, all the games. It's going to be an absolute shit show. But let me show you this. Kieran Tierney, he's gone, guys. Kieran Tierney.
That's not real though.
I know it's not real, but guys, he's gone. Get it through your head. Kieran Tierney will be a Newcastle player in the summer. And as devastating as you might feel, a lot of people, they're more upset that Kieran Tierney wasn't getting so many chances this season because they rate Kieran Tierney more than they rate Arteta. And maybe Kieran Tierney deserves more ratings to some people's eyes. But I think no player is bigger than the club.
I mean, we've grown past Tierney. That's the problem. Like, look at the way we play football in terms of the inverted, kind of coming into midfield, the way we need our left back to build up. It's beyond Kieran. I mean, look, you can keep him as an option B or like a plan B type player, but he's not going to want to be that. And also, we don't want to play him like that. We want him to learn the role to invert, and it seems like he hasn't learned that. So Arteta's I look for my system to improve. I need, if Zinchenko does get injured, I need someone to come in like Zinchenko. And unfortunately, and then obviously, like Egan said, he's very injury prone. I know he's going to be a backup, so he's less relied on. But if we rely on him and he's injured, it's a problem.
Okay. Now it's time to look at what Mikel Arteta had to say, ladies and gentlemen. People say good luck. Kieran Tierney, I love the guy. He was one of the biggest warriors in our dressing room. But the reality is, his time at Arsenal has come to an end because Mikel Arteta does not fancy him. And at the end of the day, we have to pick the player. We have to pick the managers over the players. As much as you want to back the players are not going to be the ones that win you trophies. Look, Manchester City loved Joe Hart. Pep came, first thing he did, got rid of him. Sometimes the fan favorites don't always work for the tactical masters. This right here is going to piss you off. We fought hard for the dream. Mikel Arteta said in his interview. He was talking about losing the league to Man City.
Okay. You want to read on? Let's say the context then, because I don't want to judge it too early.
1 second. Let me just get it to play for a little bit, because I feel like there's a lot that's going to be said here. Let me just get it played.
Our third league defeat in our last 5 games was as many as we had suffered in the previous 32, and Mikel Arteta admitted there were several reasons why his team came up just short in pursuit of City. We're sad because we lost the game. Sad because obviously it's the day we have lost the championship. He said after the final whistle, after 10.5 months fighting for it, working every single day, just trying to get to that dream that we all had, and that we all fought for so hard. But at the end, we came up short. You need to get the team in the best moment in the last 6 league games. Everybody healthy, everybody playing at their best and in the key moments. Take those moments and maintain the momentum. And we haven't been able to do that. The boss added that it was too early now to assess the season as a whole, and his focus has already switched to ensuring we finish the campaign with victory on the final day against Wolves. Today is too painful and I think we have to heal now for the next 3 days, he said. Make sure we prepare well this week. We have a huge responsibility to give our people the best possible performance and a win, with the support and everything that they've done for the team. And we need to do that first. We need to get rid of this feeling that we have right now. We need to show a lot of appreciation and gratitude for everything that they've done for the team. They've been incredible and the belief has transformed the team, individually and collectively. We have to give our best to give that back.
Honestly, I can't disagree with him too much, even though originally when you see the headline, you're like, what are you talking about? But his point is accurate. I felt like his points were accurate. Now, looking at the presser, the title race ending, obviously, we already know about the title race ending. Whether he will use the hurt from this season to drive us next season, 100%. We will use the hurt from this season to drive ourselves next season. I fully agree there. I think that's a good point and a good question to ask. Only disappointment we could take it to the final day. I don't think that's a good question. You should be disappointed that we didn't win it. Forget about the fact that we didn't take it to the final day or not, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, I do get. That's the only scenario we could have done is take it to the final day, which I do get. But we want to win it. That's ultimately the goal.
Yeah. Whether matching City for so long is an achievement in itself. The fuck are they talking about? If you don't win it, it's not an achievement. That's where we draw the line. Come on. This is where people start saying loser mentality.
Yeah, 100%.
I respect people's opinions if they think it's an achievement to be this far in the league, but it's not an achievement. An achievement.
You know what it is? I don't mind people saying they're happy with the progression.
Yeah,
but they're disappointed. I hear that. But
I think everyone describes things differently.
When they oversell it, that's when I get a bit annoyed.
I think everyone describes things differently. That's the issue.
But how would you? Because I don't think that it's like I get it if you want to say you're happy with the progression and stuff.
Basically, if you tweet something like this, you're asking for banter.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Whether Man City will dominate, dominance will come to an end eventually. Honestly, I ask that question to myself all the time. When will Man City's dominance come to an end? Reflecting on this on the success that this season has been, can it be described as a successful season? Let's hear what Arteta had to say. This is what Arteta had to say about it being a successful
There's
season.
no question about that. I'm not questioning that at all. But today is painful. We're here to win. I'm here to win. I want to win. I love winning. I love what everybody does at this club to win. These people deserve to win. And when you don't get there, it's painful. This is how I feel today. I value a lot what the players have done. Everybody here. But when you are there, it's the next step. You have to win, and we fell short.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. Arteta says everything that I want to hear.
This week, yes, yeah.
Arteta says everything that I want to hear. It almost comes like he's on the same page with me, or is it that I'm just like buying all the BS?
No, that's how I would sum it up as well. It does not help Barca's flip. You won the league last season and last week, and now you want to get beat 2-0 at home.
Listen to this one. This one's a good one.
Whether missing Saliba was an important factor in conceding more goals, we can look at that, but there are other things we should have done better.
You know what? Just keep it simple. Keep it simple. We fought hard until the end, and then that was it. Ramsdale could have done better. What did Ramsdale say? Let's see. We will learn and get better. That's honestly, that's all you want to really hear from these guys.
Yeah, none of that loser talk like that we've been hearing. We felt like we've lost the league and stuff. I can't remember who said it.
Yeah.
That really pissed me off.
We will learn and get better. I like the takes that we're hearing today. We're not hearing things like, oh, we could what do you expect or anything like that. But yeah, and that's it. Yeah, Forest fire first, the flourish of glory. What does this mean? Yeah, look at the league table now, guys. This just means City won the league with 3 games remaining.
Well, for them, yeah, 3 games for them.
I'm not gonna lie. I will take this as something to look at and be like, you know what, it is progression. I'm happy with it. But a lot of people are gonna look at it as a negative, that we're gonna end up losing the league by more than 5 points.
No, you know what my feelings are and how harsh maybe I've been. But what I will say, I'm happy with what we've done this season, but I'm very disappointed with how we ended. That's how I feel, and I am a bit embarrassed how it ended.
Compared to last season, it's a big success. You know what? I semi-agree. I don't like using the word success unless you have something tangible to hold at the end of the season.
Yeah,
you know what it is. Okay, we now have come to the point of the show where I have to vent and I have to rant because there's an absolute idiot of an individual who said something that's so stupid and so annoying that pissed me off to the level where I've never been more pissed off in my life. And I'm so angry at this bullshit right now. Who the fuck is this guy think he is? An absolute waste of an individual. I don't know who this guy is. I've never heard of him until today. When I seen Fabrizio Romano's tweet, I said, "What the F are you doing?" For anyone who's I'm going to clip this up. So welcome to Egal Talks Football. If you're watching this right now, this is a segment where we're going to be talking about this guy. Who the hell is this guy? Can anybody name this guy? Has anyone met or heard about this guy before today? I know you're probably rolling your eyes at home when you read this or seen this. So let's not talk about it for anyone who doesn't know. This guy right here, I don't even know what club he plays for. We're going to get into that. But Gift Orban, Orban, whatever his name is. Premier League is. Let me get the robot to read it because I think that will do it the most justice.
Gift Orban, the Premier League is my ultimate dream. Man United, Liverpool or Man City. I don't really like Arsenal that much. It's like they don't want to win titles. I want to go somewhere where they win titles. Gift Orban told.
Okay. First things first. Who the fuck is this guy? Like, respectfully, who is this guy? Has anyone heard about him? Honestly, did anyone hear about this guy before today? I've never heard of him. Like maybe I'm not educated enough on Nigerian footballers and world football. He's 20 years old. He's a Nigerian football player playing for Genk in the Belgian league. For anyone who wants to know who he is, he's been linked to Chelsea before. He's been linked to Man United. He's been linked to these clubs. He's even been linked to Arsenal in the past. This article here, or whatever, this tweet from Fabrizio Romano pissed me off so much that I went into Twitter Spaces yelling and screaming at people. Reason being, because I feel like people would think he is spitting facts. People actually believe what he's saying is a fact. I think he is a Man United fan, which has been confirmed, actually, that he is a Man United fan, by the way. Number one, he's a Man United fan. Number two, to include Manchester United in this when saying Arsenal don't want to win titles. Explain to me what title Manchester United have won since Sir Alex Ferguson has left. Because if I'm not mistaken, Manchester United since Sir Alex Ferguson has left have been nothing but a loser. Like, if you want to call Arsenal a loser, what have they been? They've lost their winning mentality ever since Sir Alex Ferguson has left. Liverpool, you can say Liverpool. If he would have said Chelsea, I would have even respected it. I would have said, you know what? He's right. Chelsea have been winning. Arsenal haven't been winning. Liverpool have recently won. Man City have won. But to include Man United, the hypocrisy, number one. Number two, I don't like Arsenal that much. You don't have to like Arsenal. No one's asking everyone to like the club, right? But to say they don't like, it's like they don't want to win titles. Have we not challenged this year? Is that not a slap in the face for a team that was second for majority of the season and was actually potential that could have won the league? Like, I feel like this is so much BS. Like, and anyone who's sitting there saying he's spitting facts, and you're an Arsenal fan, check your head. He's blatantly, what is with people who always just want to be like, yo, I want to jump on anything that's negative and agree with it. Like, what are we doing? Souls, talk to me, man. Because I seen this, I freaking flipped out. This guy this guy must be trolling, or he must be trying to do whatever he can to get relevance.
Yeah, that's what I put. He's used Arsenal's name to get clout. It's as simple as that. Like, I don't care. I mean, look, it's his opinion. He's entitled to his opinion. If he thinks we can't win a title, come to Manchester United and come head to head with us. Come on. I want him to bring that challenge, bring the smoke. Come on. Come to Manchester United and help them win that league against us. Go on. I dare him to do it. Take on the challenge and move to one of those clubs. Man City ain't buying you. I can tell you that for a fact.
Big up.
Liverpool, maybe.
Big up to the United fan here. He says you guys got a decent owner, unlike us. Before, people were saying Kroenkes and Glazers were in the same bracket, but now they agree. You fellas don't know anything about football. All right. Why are you watching? You're welcome to not watch.
I don't need to block him, man.
I didn't block him. I muted him.
Oh.
Let's go to the next one. Orban. This is what was actually said. Let's see if this is different, right? It's pretty much the same sentence. Am I wrong?
That is the same. There's nothing different there.
Okay. And then what else was said? I still have a 4-year contract, but less than 100% departure. What is it? What is this whole thing about? It's just telling a story about him. Oh, this is what I needed to read. Worth nothing. What?
Worth noting the context of Gift's comments. As per at Fabrizio Romano, the comment of Arsenal was reference to his childhood in a humorous manner, etc. Let's see what future holds for the talented gent striker.
I still don't get it. What did he benefit from saying this?
I honestly couldn't care less. It does. I don't feel anything. Like, he can say what he wants. I don't know who the guy is. So,
bro, it really pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie. You could probably tell it pissed me off because I was fuming, bro. I was fuming when I seen that. When I first seen this, I was fuming. I was like, this mother effer, right? But I even seen people responding and agreeing with him. It's like, Obviously, they're not agreeing. Liverpool had one in 30 years. Man United haven't won a title in a decade. City shout at the moment is fair. But then you have Chelsea fans dick riding, saying Arsenal have no Champions League in 100 years. What does that have to do with it? Who is he? One striker bigger than Arsenal. Like the banter. Who the fuck is that guy? 110%. Waste man. I fully agree. He's wrong. He's not wrong. What do you mean he's not wrong? This is what pisses me off.
Yeah, here's what it is. Who cares?
Bro, it's annoying. It's annoying. It actually annoyed the life out of me. And to people who say, you want to know something? Honest truth time. Arsenal have made a lot of mistakes. We have made a lot of mistakes. For 20 years, we've had bad recruitment. We've had bad coaching at times. Even our legend Arsene Wenger was doing bad coaching at times. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Mikel Arteta has not always been good. Things have been bad. There's been bad recruitment, bad players, bad attitudes, bad dressing rooms, bad players that were overhyped, like Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Lacazette. Do you remember we once called Hector Bellerin the best right back in the Premier League? He was never the best right back in the Premier League. It was always Kyle Walker. Or when it wasn't Kyle Walker, it was somebody else. And Souls, I need you to speak to me. Is there more negatives at this moment in time at Arsenal that outweigh the positives?
Not really. I mean, obviously the way the season ended is a big negative, but there is an element of recency bias there. Of course, like, you know, that's how fans are. Whatever happens in the moment, some people clinch onto that. But look, I'll be honest with you. I'm optimistic going into this transfer window, but the only problem I have is Edu and Richard Garner.
Lacazette is balling right now in Lyon. Yeah,
but that's League On though. I don't understand when people keep telling me, "Oh, he's such a baller. Arteta's the issue." It's like, what the
hell are we talking about? The guy was shit. The guy was actually garbage. Like, I don't get it. Look at his. Oh my god. Like, I hate. Maybe I just get irritated too easily. But look at this. His career at Lyon. He left in 2016, had 28 goals, has come back. 7 years later, and he scores 26 goals. At Arsenal, his whole time at Arsenal, he couldn't get over 15 league goals. That shows the level of the league, not the manager. Even Unai Emery, his best season under Unai Emery, what did he get? Was it 18 or 19 goals, all comps? The season 2018-19 season, he had 5 goals in the Europa League. What else did he have? He had 5 goals in the Europa League. He had no goals in the Euro thing. He had 1 goal in the so 5, 6, and then 6 plus thing. He had 19 goals. His best season, 19 goals. He won Player of the Season that year. At Lyon, every single year that he was a professional footballer, starting in the first team at Lyon, he got 20 plus league goals. Why the hell are we rating Lacazette so much? Ligue 1 is a piece of shit, bro. Like, we get players from there. The players are good, but the level of quality in the league is not that high. For God's sakes, Balogun wouldn't even start for us, and he's scoring 19 league goals. We have to open our eyes. Open your eyes. Open them wide. Realize. Bro, I'm just getting too irritated too quickly today. I have a short fuse. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, I don't even know what to say. Let's do the player ratings. Is the player ratings going to even be high today? Did we cover everything, by the way? Nottingham Forest.
I don't even know what to rate these players. I mean, it's not going to... To be fair, it's all zeros or ones. Like,
zeros or ones?
Yeah, I don't think anyone does it. What did anyone do? All right, we'll get into it, but I don't think any of them did anything.
You know, all it really does is people in the chat get an opportunity to get involved and interact with us. Yeah. So yeah, everyone in the chat, the way it works is today, should we do 5 or 6? The first 6 people decide what the vote is going to be. Okay, the first 6 people decide what it's going to be. So Ramsdale, the first 6 people who vote decide what the rating for Ramsdale is going to be? For me, I would give him a 2. Simply because he showed up.
I mean, I'm trying to be honest with you. I don't even know what he did wrong or did right. So
what he did wrong is he came.
To be fair, he did make a few saves.
He came out of the box and he was quite unlucky with the thing. I would understand if people gave him a 5, but I'm just feeling I'm not feeling in a good mood.
He's the only one that gets an okay rating. I'll give him like a 3 or a 4. I can't lie, because he didn't do anything. None of it was his fault.
Okay, so we got 1-0 for all of them. 8 for Ramsdale. Wow. Actually, okay,
because he didn't do any. Like there was nothing for him to do wrong.
Okay, so we got a 7, we got a 3, we got a 0 so far. 7, 3, 0. Okay, so 7, 3, 0, and then next is a 5. Next is a 6, and then another 5. So
Probably a 5 overall.
5.
Is it?
Okay, so based on that, the average comes out to be what?
About 4.5 or 5, I think.
Yeah, so you got a 7. So take the 7 and make it 2 3.5s. You basically have a 5 or 4.5 or 5. Yeah. So we're gonna go with a 4.5. 4.5. That's about fair. I think that's fair, based off everyone's analysis. What did they say? They gave him a 6. Thomas Partey. I'm not gonna lie. I thought Thomas Partey was decent. It's just the position didn't work out. Arteta's tactics didn't work. Harsh on him, but I'll give him a 4. What are you saying?
I'm giving him a 2.
What are we saying for Partey, people? What are we saying for Partey? I'm gonna start Partey from Velvish, from Gunnar Velt. He said 4. We got 7. So we got 4, 7. Okay. So far our average is like what? 5.5. We got a 1. Ben gave a 1. You never see Ben give a 1. Ben is never this harsh. We got a 4.5. We got a 3. And we got another 1. So that's I'm not gonna lie, that's
a 5. That's an overall 5.
Bro, that's basically a 4 because that's basically a 4. You take away the 3 and you give it to the person who gave a 1.
Oh yeah, then it's a 4.
It's basically a 4 because he got a lot of 4s, so we're gonna give a 4. Big up, Roadman Ty in the building. Roadman Ty in the building. Don't use up all of Robbie's Wi-Fi, bro. He's gonna get mad. Next, so we're gonna just keep it at 4. Everyone agrees with me. Ben White. Ben White, did he have a bad game?
No, it wasn't really his fault.
Didn't really do nothing wrong. I thought he was. If I say man of the match candidates, you guys are gonna get angry. That's how bad the game was. Who's man of the match? Jorginho?
No, there is no man of the match. I don't care.
No, there isn't. Today, man of the match is forgone. Actually, we'll ask that at the end, I guess. Okay, after this comment from Keyman, everyone, let me know what your rating for Ben White was. People saying 4. So we got a 4 already. 4 or 5. What are we saying? 4 or 5. What are you saying, bro?
I'll give him
Man of
a 4.
the match is Nottingham Forest. Oh,
yeah, pretty much. I agree.
Bro, I people are gonna say I'm an asshole, but I tweeted Gibbs White, the freaking shark. He looks like a shark, bro. His eyes are so spread far apart.
Bro, he was immense today, though.
Bro, he's good. He's good. I always rated him because of Football Manager. He was such a good player on Football Manager. But yeah, you know what? You guys are letting me down today. What's going on? People, let me know. 5s. I'm still waiting for ratings. Like, what's going on? No one's commenting. Are you gonna comment or not? Okay, I guess not. Souls, give me your rating. I'm gonna add mine. So 4, 4, 5.
Oh, I said 4.
You said 4. Okay, what are people saying? We got another 4 from Keyman. So that's we're up to 5. Okay, so we're just giving him 4. I'm not gonna lie. Let's breeze through this because some of these guys, they don't deserve too much talk. Gabriel Magalhaes, what did he really do? He actually didn't do much on this the defensive error that led to a goal. So it's not his fault. I'll give him a 4.
It's his and Ramsdale's. I mean, it's Martin
KBR,
Odegaard overall.
KBR was shit, bro.
He didn't do anything, yeah. Didn't do anything.
KBR was shit. Everyone, give me your rating for KBR. 3, 2, 6. Not 10, 4.
He was, let's be real, man. He was like a 1. He won 3. 3 is
saying 1, 4, 3, 4. I don't even know, man. I'm just gonna say 2 from John. I'm not gonna lie. KBR probably has the lowest rating so far. 2.5.
He was a 0, man. He did nothing.
2.5. Wow,
Too
people are
high for
saying
Dorn.
even lower for KBR 2. Wow, that's harsh. Xhaka was poor. Xhaka was bad.
He was a 1.
That was a bad game from Xhaka.
He was a
1.
I'm giving him a 1, yeah.
What are people saying for Xhaka? After this comment from prediction, give me your for Xhaka. -5. Bro, Xhaka's farewell game is going to be emotional. He's going to be good against Wolves, but
They better be.
someone said if I give Saka more than a 5, they're going to get angry. Why would I give him anything? The attackers.
We'll get to him when we get to him, and it's like we'll see.
1, mediocre as everyone else. Jorginho was the best player. 5.
Yeah, he actually wasn't too bad today.
Jorginho, if there was one man of the match, it's Jorginho.
Do you know what? It's funny though, isn't it? Because like he's actually been our best player in these crap games.
I need that tally. -5, bro. I gave him a 1. Jorginho, what are you saying, people? Jorginho, oh man, people are out of it now. Jorginho gets a 4, 5, 5. Jorginho gets an 8. Wow, that's a lot of ratings. People are giving high ratings for Jorginho. He's at a 6 right now. What are you saying?
Jorginho 5. I don't think anyone can get above a 5. That's weird.
Yeah, let's just keep it at 5. Even though there was a comment for a 6, I think that's fair. Odegaard, because of the mistake, 3. I start him at a 3. What are you saying?
No, he gets a 1.
Man gave him a 20. Are you kidding me? He gets a 1.
He gets a 1, yeah.
Okay, so for me, he got a. For me, he got a.
I fought for the goal, but then what did he do? Did he do anything?
We're giving him a 2 because we're meeting in the middle.
Okay, go on.
So far, I'm taking that Mike is with these ratings.
I'm taking the Mick with these ratings.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what he was talking about. Jorginho 8, 5, 2, -8.
But what did he do though? Like honestly, what did Odegaard do?
Odegaard made a mistake that led to the goal.
He forgot what team he played for. It was a brilliant through ball for Nottingham Forest, but we're not wearing red, Odegaard. We're wearing black. So.
Oh my God, yo, you guys want to laugh? I seen a video today. Wallahi, I was in tears. The guy, you know Zach on Twitter? The
account, yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think
he's fucking hilarious. He posted this, and I'm telling you, I was about to piss myself how funny it was. I'm like, bro, that made me laugh. Like, and the game was not a game where we were laughing. So this made me laugh. Forget about the ratings at this point. The rest of the guys, Bukayo Saka, what does he get? Bukayo Saka gets a 0 or 1 or 2. Trossard gets a 0. They both get 0s. Like, they both had terrible games. Jorginho, Jesus, bad game. Like, Kieran Tierney came on and he was decent. He gets a 5.
Yeah.
Eddie Nketiah was shit. Fabio Vieira. This is where the comment comes in about Fabio Vieira. I swear to God, I started crying. Of laughter. Headphones users, I'm sorry.
I can't! My foot!
The reason why he's saying Fabio Vieira is borderline anorexic. So, and then this is what his reaction. What the fuck is going on? How fucked up is this? Yo, bro, I'm telling you, I was crying. Listen, I'm gonna wrap it up like this, bro. We've been going for an hour. I hope you enjoyed this little therapy that we had. The second last game of the season. I would say this game is the game that we would consider we were on the beach. Is it acceptable to be on the beach? No. Am I happy that we're on the beach? No. But that's the way we describe it. Did the Arteta experiment today work? No. Nottingham Forest stay safe. Manchester City won the league. Arsenal lost. Rivals are happy. We're upset. It just seems like deja vu all over again from last year. But you know what? I was more upset last year than I was this year. How crazy is that? I was
more optimistic.
I was unconsolable last year. This year, I'm kind of like, it is what it is.
Let's see, man. Let's see what the summer holds. I mean, look, we're targeting bigger players. If that happens, wicked.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm just gonna say, big up Ozan Kabak for the super chat. Big up predictions for the member for becoming a member. Big up to you. Big up John in the chat. Big up Keeman. Big up what do you call it? Roadman. Big up Yasin. Big up Mustafa. Big up Ben. Big up all the regulars. I'm gonna be back again tomorrow tomorrow with Vibes from the 6th. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Love for the love, people, and please do go and check out my TikTok, guys. My TikTok's bump. Souls, you got anything to say before we go?
No. Take it easy, guys.